5.6. Using multiplicative inverse to solve equations. Jacob, turn around. See? Josh, don't touch his hoodie. Okay. So you're using multiplicative inverse. What's an inverse mean? It's kind of like the opposite, yes. Okay, so multiplicative inverse is a non-zero number. A non-zero number is the number's reciprocal. So if I want to solve 4 sevens times x equals negative 12, what do you need to do to solve that, Josh?
Change the 7. No, it'll be 7 over 4.
Yes, multiply both sides by 7 over 4. So that, this cancels, yes?
Yeah.
Giving you x equals, what's negative 12 times 7?
Negative 7,
Negative 84.
I got it right.
What's negative 84 over 4? Reduce 2 or change 2 or...
Don't say it. 2
No.
over 2. 1 whole.
Why don't you take 84 and divide it by 4? Because it will come out evenly.
21 over 1.
Negative 21.
I knew that. I just said the wrong
Okay? That is a pretty simple, easy one to start with. I'll just wait on you. And then I'll just give you double the homework. Because if you're not going to listen to me, that means you need to practice it more. Okay. That's a pretty simple one. That's a one-stepper. We're done. We're good to go. What happens when we have two steps? Like negative 11 over 15 times x plus 4/5 equals 1/3. What do you have to do first?
Don't you divide by
X.
divide by the inverse of 11.
No, I would not do that first because it's going to make it messier.
I just thought you were going to make it.
Why wouldn't you, talk to me, think about this. Why wouldn't I subtract 4/5 first from both sides so that the x and what is being multiplied is on one side? Okay? If I subtract 4/5 from both sides, here's my deal. What do you have to do?
Find common denominators.
Find common denominators. So you have this equals 1/3 minus 4/5. What is the common denominator of 1/3 and 4/5?
15.
15.
55 over 15 and 12 over 15.
5 over 15 and negative 12 over 15, yes?
Sure.
Okay. So then I get negative 11 15 x equals, what's 5 minus 12?
Negative 7. No, yes. Negative 7.
Negative 7/15. Now what do I do to get x by itself?
You divide by the inverse of 11 over 2.
Yeah, multiply by negative 15 11ths, right? On both sides. Now, when you do that, you get when you do that, this cancels, yes? Giving you x. What is negative 7 times negative 15? Oh, or what can you do automatically?
There's a lot of negative 11, 15.
What can you do to make this easier on your
Oh,
life?
cross out the 15s.
Cross out the 15
Cross reduce. Sorry.
and cross out the negative signs because it's two negatives. So what do you end up getting?
7 over 11.
7
There's
over
so
11.
many numbers.
There's so many numbers.
I can't even see it. So many X's.
Always reduce first if you can. It makes life easier. Okay? How do you solve 5 6m equals 20? You multiply by what? E.
Look at
6 over 5.
6 over 5. Multiply both sides by 6 over 5. Multiply this by 6 over 5. Okay? So here, crosses out, you get
120
m
over 100.
equals.
120 over 100.
Or I could do what before I do that?
Reduce.
Reduce. What? How many times does 5 go into
You cross
20?
out the 5, make it a 1. You cross out the 20, make it a 4.
What's 4 times 6?
24.
Smart.
It makes it easier. Because I have this, 20 is over 1, yes?
what?
Sure.
20 divided by 5 is,
Four.
so I can reduce it. And 4 times 6 is 24. I just reduce it before I do it so that I don't have large numbers to reduce and work with.
Wait.
Or you could have done what he says. What did you say it was? 120 over 5?
Yeah. 120. Yeah.
And then
And 120 over 5 comes out to
40 over
24 because you have this.
Right, I'm taking pictures.
Right.
I can't.
Either way
We're
is
taking pictures, but I got
I got the picture.
either way is fine. I say reduce first because it makes your life easier. That's just my theory. Smaller numbers are always prettier. Okay,
yeah, smoke.
how do I solve negative 16 equals 3/4 n minus 20? What do you need to do first?
Here,
Oh.
plus 20,
Plus 20. Add 20
which
first.
is 4, so it'd be 4 equals 3/4 n.
4 equals 3/4 n. Now what?
Divide by,
Not divide.
Multiply by 3.
Sorry, multiply by
4 over 3.
Yep.
And it would no.
Nothing reduces there, so what do you get?
16 over 3.
And what does that turn into mixed number wise?
We don't know.
3, 6, 9,
5, 1
12,
over 3. 5, 1
15.
over 3.
Yes. 5 1/3.
Can I ask you how you get 5?
Because watch, 16 over 3. So how many times does 3 go into 16? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And then you have 1 left over. Okay.
I'm still.
And then the denominator is
Wait, is that for the 4 times 1/3?
Yes.
Okay.
Still.
Now,
Oh, wait.
Let's try another one.
3 cross 5. And then,
No.
since you got 1 left, you did 1, and you kept the,
yes, yes, Josh.
Other theory.
Okay, here's the last one to try, and then we'll get a word problem. How do I solve? Negative 2/3 p plus 1/2 equals 5/6.
Oh.
Okay, what, Emma?
Don't you subtract the
Yes.
Yes.
Subtract 1/2 from both sides. Now,
I knew
1/2 should be easy to find a common denominator with.
Just keep the 6.
6. So I have 5, 6
Over 3.
minus 3, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I get negative 2/3 p. I don't know why I hear so much extra noise. What's 5 minus 3?
2. Or
2.
you can reduce it. Can you reduce it to 1/3?
You can, but we don't have to do that right now. It's okay. Now, what are you going to do now?
Multiply 3 over 2. Go.
Yes, multiply by negative
I will
3
lick this
over
up.
2.
No.
And then cross reduce.
So P is going
Jay,
to
you move your head.
equal. Okay, yes, I can cross reduce. This is very simple. What happens here? These 2's
They
cancel.
Cross
and
out.
then cross with 3, make it a 1. Cross with 6, make it a 2.
Beautiful. So I get negative 1/2. What?
Can you start from the finding the common element?
Yeah, I can start from there if people would shut their mouths.
Really fast, and I guess I'm still on 2.
Josh, close your mouth. Listen, it's not hard. Listen to what I'm saying.
Can I take a picture of that?
Stop talking. You just said, can I take pictures? Stop
That
talking.
was you.
Okay, stop talking. We'll get there in a second. Okay, so when I subtract 1/2, I find common denominator, which is 6, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I multiplied 1/2 by 3, because that's what gets me the common denominator of 6. So you have 5, 6 minus 3, 6 on that side. Does that make sense?
No. What?
Okay, the common denominator is 6. How do you get 1/2 to have a 6
Oh,
on the bottom?
Not like 2 by 3.
Stop. Stop. Listen, let me talk to her. It's 1/2 and 5, 6. We decide the common denominator is 6. How do you get 1/2 to 6 on the bottom? Like, how do you get it there? What do you have to multiply 1/2 by? What do you multiply 2 by to get to 6? 3. So you're multiplying 1/2 by 3 over 3. That's how I get 3, 6. Common denominator. You know how to do common denominators. You've been tested, or you've done fine on it. So you have negative 2/3 p equals 5, 6 minus 3, 6. What is 5, 6 minus 3, 6?
2, 6.
2, 6. That's how I get this over here.
It takes me a while to think about it.
What would happen if you took that 2, 6, and then reduced it to 1?
Then when you cross multiply, you would just reduce more. It wouldn't. The 2's wouldn't cancel out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Now to get rid of this negative 2/3 in front of the p, I have to flip and multiply. Okay, reciprocal. So I multiply by negative 3 seconds. When I multiply this 2, 6 by negative 3 seconds, I reduced before I multiplied it across. Instead of getting larger numbers, I just made it small to begin with. The 2's cancel out because it's a fraction. 2 divided by 2 cancels. The 3 and the 6 reduce down to negative 1/2. So you get P equals negative 1/2 because your 2's canceled out. Or, if you can't handle doing that, you can say 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6.
Negative 6.
Yes? So you could say, wait, I will get to you. I see your hand. And you can do 6 times 2, which is 12. That reduces down to negative 1/2. So you can do it either way. I just do it that way because I think it's quicker. What's your question, Jacob?
Why is my name up there?
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Okay. Let's talk about the word problem. Okay, stalactites. Stalactites. Okay. Stalactites are icicle-shaped stone formations found on cave ceilings. They form from minerals deposited by dripping water. Suppose a stalactite is 10 inches long and is growing at a rate of about 1/8 inch per decade. A decade is how many years?
10.
Whoa.
10, 5,
That's a
10,
long time.
10.
10, 5. Sorry.
Okay. It is a long time.
I've been
Okay.
making-
How long will it take for the stalactite to reach a length of 1 foot? I need to set up an equation. What type of equation do I need to set up? Wait. What? How long do you want it? How long is it currently?
10 inches.
10 inches. It's currently 10 inches long. How much does it grow per year?
1/8 inch.
Or not per year, per decade?
And it wouldn't that have like an X with the
Yeah, because we don't know how many decades we need, right? Equals what? 12. How do I solve from there?
subtract 10.
Subtract 10. Beautiful. Subtract 10. And I get 1/8x equals 2. Now how do I solve from there? Yes, times by 8/1. Times by 8/1. So this cancels, yes, giving you x equals what?
16.
Aha, I did that in my head. No, do some math stuff.
So x equals 16, okay?
Marshall.
But 16 isn't years, it's what? Decades. So it's going to take 16 decades. So like 160 years, yeah,
I did it all
for it to
day.
grow 2 more inches.
Did you know people in the Bible live like
100 years.
100